Good afternoon and welcome to Mike and the Hoss on Wolfeboro Community Television. I'm Mike Danais.
And I'm Charlie Hossack.
We want to thank our sponsors, Morrissey's Front Porch,
Downtown Grill and Cafe.
and Skelly's Market. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Let's set this show up a little bit. We're going to talk some Kingswood sports. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of home games coming on. We're going to talk about some Super Bowl stuff.
Yeah.
Because that big day's coming.
It is.
We're going to talk some Red Sox drama. The Tom Brady Watch, Week 3.
Week 3, here we go.
And some Bruins and Celtics.
I like it.
And then there's some, and I don't want to call it negative, but a little discussion about the downfall of some professional athletes.
Right.
There was one that came in the news over the weekend that was
just
really
yesterday.
hard to believe.
Sad.
But before we start, we want to promote the Kingswood Baseball Clinic. There are 2 clinics. One that happens this weekend, which is going to be Saturday the 25th, running from 12 to 3 for ages 8 to 14, co-ed. That is run by the Kingswood Boys Baseball Program. And then there's one the following Saturday. That's going to be run by Coach Skelly's son, Tad Skelly, who coaches at Colby College, and he's bringing his whole coaching staff with him.
Right. That's going to be awesome.
Yep. We are taking sign-ups at the door. This weekend, like we said, is run by the Kingswood, the boys, and the kids are set up
They're in stations.
Yep. They're in groups based on ability level, and they rotate through, and they have a lot of fun, and it's been well received in the past. So
that's great.
Looking forward to it. It's a major fundraiser for the Kingswood Boys program.
It is, and it helps, obviously fund the program and new batting cage, and really Kingswood Baseball has taken a step in the right direction for kind of almost like state-of-the-art facilities. It's open to ages 8 to 14.
Coach Kelly's calling right now.
Coach Kelly's calling,
We must have said something wrong.
Yeah. Ages 8 to 14, it's co-ed. Like Mike said, please come, register at the door. And we look forward to seeing everybody on Saturday.
Okay. All right, let's start off with the Kingswood Roundup. The boys hockey team has not been playing many games.
Yeah.
They've had a few cancellations, just like the girls had.
Right.
And February is going to be a very busy month for them.
Real busy.
They had one game. They beat Spalding 9-3.
Nice.
That was a must-win game for them, and they got out early 4-0. Then Spalding came back to 4-3, and then Kingswood scored 5 goals in the third.
Wow.
So overall, it was a good effort by the boys.
And some kids were banged up and not feeling well, too, right? Or they weren't playing.
That seems to be what's happening just about every single week right now.
You had a lot of sickness going around, especially in the schools. I'm not going to let you get past this. Let's give a shout out to Nick Potenza. Nick Potenza had a hat trick, and let's give a shout out to Will Danais. Will Danais had a hat trick. Plays hockey apparently like his mother.
His mother got it all from his mother.
And I also wanted to give a shout out to Shaw Swinnerton for his first official high school goal. Yep. So nice job, Knights.
Congratulations, boys. The girls hockey team also played one game, and they played Bedford last night, actually.
They did.
And you were saying it was a great game. Yep. I know. I figured you would be.
Yep.
Great game. They lost 7-4 against certainly a more seasoned program.
Definitely.
And you had mentioned that this was a game that you expected it to be running time, and it wasn't. I mean, the girls competed.
They competed. I mean, they fought from the minute the puck dropped all the way to then. Kingswood actually was up 1-0.
Well,
it was fantastic. St. Anselm, so it was a bigger ice surface than they're used to.
A nice rink.
It's a big, beautiful rink, but big ice surface. But the girls really played well, worked hard, and I know that it wasn't a win, but you know what? They got better every period. I talked to Coach Hughes in between periods, and of course Coach Kelly, and that's what they were looking for: get better every period, and the girls did.
Good, that's awesome. Boys basketball, they had one game since our last show. They played Hollis Brookline, and they lost. They did lose. Their record right now is 2-4, which is I think we could assume that they're probably disappointed with that record at this point.
The good thing is I did check out some standings today. They're not alone. There's quite a few teams that are 2-4. There's actually 3 teams that haven't won a game.
Okay.
So I'm looking ahead to playoffs.
Well, there's 22 teams in that division too.
There are.
And it's 70% rule. Quick math is probably 16 teams.
Yep.
So
they're going to have to get some wins.
I did speak to Matt Place before the Hollis Brookline game, and his attitude was they're good, and we'll be upset if we lose, but we'll be really excited if we win.
Good.
That's
kind of that. Yeah.
So it would have been an upset for them to win. He had a lot of respect for Hollis Brookline. They have Bow next, and then they have Pelham. Both teams are 5-1.
Yeah. So it looks like they're going to be playing some pretty tough opponents.
Yeah.
Bow, they're at Bow tomorrow, I guess. Well, we're filming on Tuesday, so they're at Bow Wednesday.
Yes.
And then they're at home this Friday against Pelham. So hopefully they can pack the gym for that. So hopefully the boys basketball can turn things around. And, it's not too early to start thinking playoffs because we are almost to the end of January.
Well, in the way that the season is not just for hockey but for basketball, it seems that everything in February is so condensed.
So condensed, yeah.
That, hopefully they can pull things together. And we know that they had high expectations, too.
Right.
And they're going to want to realize those, but you got to turn around some of these losses into wins, too.
Right.
Girls basketball is still looking for their first win.
Mm-hmm.
They also played Hollis Brookline, and looked like it was a good game. They also had a game against Plymouth, which would have been probably last weekend.
Right.
Looks based on the dates.
Yeah.
That was pretty close for them. That was looks like their closest game.
That was, yeah.
So, the girls are getting better. They're getting better, and we've talked about that and from some of the other teams that have struggled for wins. That that's the goal.
Right.
That's the goal, and hopefully that they're going to get their first win before the end of the year.
Absolutely.
On the way in, I bumped into Devin Wade, who's on the indoor track team.
Okay.
And I asked, "You had a meet?" And he says, "Yeah, we had some sort of a heptathlon meet this weekend."
Wow.
And Devin made a point that he was the only one who placed. He thinks he got a second place.
Good for Devin. Nice
so
job.
in a heptathlon. So we know that Devin can run from football, and he is becoming a track star too. So
that's great.
There is a little update there. I don't have an update for swimming.
No, and I don't have anything for Nordic.
Okay, so we're gonna have to work on them.
Yep.
All right. I think it's time to move on to some football. I had put down Brady Watch Week 3.
Okay.
And I'm already sick of it. I am. I think this is torture.
Yeah.
The latest is how his is, because there was in a magazine published issues
right.
in their marriage,
right. Yeah.
and that was on the radio today, and how that's going to affect. Is that going to increase the chances, decrease the chances? If the sun comes up on a Wednesday, does that increase the chances? It's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, because they talked about selling the house in Brookline, buying a house in Greenwich, Connecticut. Like you said, relationship problems.
Yeah, Giselle said that living where they live is tacky.
I don't know what. I know what tacky means, but
I would love to live on the 6th hole of Brookline Country Club. I don't think that would be tacky.
No, I don't think so.
But
so it'll be interesting to see. I mean, what's your take? I know we ask this all the time, but
we have about 6 more weeks of asking it, so we might as well keep it going.
Yeah.
My take at this point is that I think he's coming back.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that that's a great thing. I don't think he wants to go. I think this is all posturing, and he is just feeling his oats a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now, latest thing now is just to sell himself. He's saying that he's willing to mentor young quarterbacks,
right?
Which he has never done. He's really kind of pushed them aside and competed with the young quarterbacks rather than mentoring.
Yeah.
Now he wants to mentor them. If he's willing to mentor and be that figure, mm-hmm. I'm much more apt to bring him back and say, okay, mentor the crap out of Stidham, and make him good. So in 2 years, that I love watching. I like rooting for Brady.
Of course,
I like rooting for Brady. I wish he had a better team around him this year.
Yeah.
But I do like rooting for Brady. I think he's such a professional competitor, and besides, except for the last year or two, we have not had to deal with drama with him.
We haven't. Well, this is my concern. Is you're right with the drama. I don't want anything to tarnish my feelings. It's all about me right now, but my feelings
always is
towards my feelings towards Tom Brady. I love Tom Brady. I love everything about Tom Brady, and I don't want this to kind of put a blemish on who Tom Brady is. And I just,
he's risking that.
He is. I just want Tom Brady to be Tom Brady. Come back, play football, retire in 2 years, go to the Hall of Fame, and then every time we say the name Tom Brady, there'll be a smile on our face.
And rather than, a sour ending.
Right.
If Tom Brady comes back, I hope that he were to come back as the guy that wins the parking place, the guy that's here in the offseason, the guy that takes the receivers out to Montana.
Yeah.
That guy. I'm just not sure if we're going to get that guy.
I know.
And I think that that's the guy that the team needs.
They need that.
So, we'll see.
McDaniels is coming back. We haven't moved. Have we moved on to Patriots? Can we just keep Brady and Patriots together? Yeah. Am I ruining the show by moving on?
No,
okay.
You're not.
All right. But McDaniels is coming back. We kind of knew that, though. There was... we knew that once the dominoes started falling with the head coaching vacancies, the minute that Joe Judge got a head coaching job. There was no way that McDaniels was going anywhere.
I think he really burned some bridges last year.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure if McDaniels is going to be going anywhere in the next few years.
No.
Because he got an interview for Cleveland. He did not get an interview for Carolina. Yeah. He did not get an interview for the Giants. The assistant wide receivers coach and special teams coach got the job before they would even talk to him.
Right.
So I don't think McDaniels is going anywhere. I'm not necessarily sure that's a good thing. We had talked that I wonder if they just need a little bit of change. They're going to run the same offense,
right?
But a new guy, timing, order of plays, situational
fresh
stuff.
Perspective.
Yeah. I'm guessing that there's going to be, whether Brady comes back, McDaniel comes back, and whoever else comes back from the coaching staff and the players, I'm still guessing that Belichick is going to turn over the attitude of the team. Yeah. And, he did something, and you and I talked about this extensively with the Red Sox. He brought back, after their Super Bowl win last year, he brought back most of the same team. Mm-hmm. And he never had done that before. Right. And this year he did it, and what ended up happening?
Out in the wild card round.
Complacency.
Yep.
Complacency.
Yep.
And so I don't see him doing that again, and I think that he's going to turn over. I think you're going to see a lot of new faces, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We know what Devin McCourty can do. We know what Dante Hightower can do. We know what Van Noy can do. We we know what Brady can do. We know what all these guys can do. I want to see some changes. Yeah. Just as a football fan. Speaking of that, we're going to stay on the Patriots because I said so.
All right, perfect. I like that. Yeah.
No, I'm going to save this for later. I'll save it for later because it actually deals with our discussion topic later on.
Okay.
Red Sox. Alex Cora was let go or mutually agreed to.
Mutually agreed to be fired.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But since that's happened, there's been some rumblings that the Red Sox might skate a little bit on this stuff. Mm-hmm. That they don't have any evidence that the Red Sox really did anything. Mm. He was let go more for the Houston piece.
Yeah, right.
And if that's the case, would you take Alex Cora back? Let's say he's suspended for a year or two, and they need another manager in a couple of years. Things don't work out. Would you take him back?
I don't think I would take him back. I mean, they've parted ways, and I don't think it would be a good look for the Red Sox organization to bring Alex Cora back.
What if they hire like a Bobby Valentine who flames out after a year, and Alex Cora's, who the players loved? I mean, every player said the same exact thing. What are you looking for a manager? I want somebody just like Alex Cora.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so. Okay. I think once you've
hardcore.
Yeah, once you've parted ways, and I mean, if you look, I mean, he was the mastermind at Houston. And although they may not be able to get anything on the Red Sox, I believe the Red Sox stole signs electronically.
I do too.
So,
JD Martinez came. You're not going to find anything. We didn't do it.
Yeah,
you're not going to find anything.
They're just good at hiding it.
Maybe they're a little bit better.
Yeah. Let's go back to let's stick with this topic. What do you think about the whole buzzer?
And, what do I think about it? I think that's a massive level of cheating.
Yeah, and it's he's coming in. Was it Altuve?
Yeah,
he's coming in and he hits the home run. Don't pull my shirt. Don't pull my shirt. And then they got the obviously they got the. You see a little bump there. Maybe he's got a really giant mole, but I don't think so. But you know what I mean? It's just like so. Oh my goodness,
that's over the top. I'm sorry, that's so over the top. And I think the
totally
electronics is over the top. That is at even another level. If the players were using buzzers to no pitches, should the players be suspended?
Absolutely. It's one thing if you're
cheating.
You're totally cheating. It's one thing if you're sitting in a dugout banging trash cans. But there's another thing if you're getting a little and here comes the fastball.
Here comes the fastball.
Yeah.
And these guys are professional hitters, and when they know the pitch is coming, they're going to hit it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I know that other teams were doing it. Mm-hmm. I understand that part, but these guys were caught. Yeah. And they need to pay the price. Mm-hmm. And
I agree.
That's Altuve and whoever else.
Yep.
Just like the steroids guys paid the price for a long time, where they're not in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Looks like they're going to, getting closer to getting in.
Yeah.
But they did pay a price.
As long as we can get Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
All right.
Pedroia, massive setback.
Yeah. So that came out today.
Yeah, talking
about the knee is just not healthy. He's only played 9 games. right?
It's time. It was time.
It is.
Not last year. It was time the year before.
Yeah. So I'm sure you read the same article I read today. Sam Kennedy said the possibility of Dustin Pedroia. At first, it was player, coach, but now really we can eliminate the player. Do you think maybe Pedroia could become a coach on the team? I mean, I know he could, but I mean, what are your thoughts about that?
I think that them bringing in a former player who has a relationship with this team is a great idea.
Yeah.
I think at this point, if this was back in October and they were doing something, but it's traumatic losing a manager that you like.
Yeah.
And I think that this team is probably feeling that trauma a little bit.
Right.
And so they bring in somebody they trust. Now I don't know if it's Pedroia.
Yeah, you don't know it's Veritek,
or
right.
Mike Lowell's names out there.
Yeah.
Not that he really played with many of these guys.
Yeah.
If any of them.
I don't think he played with any of them. But a name like that.
That's been around the organization.
Yeah.
I think that's the way it should go. All right. Celtics.
Oh, you missed the one part of Red Sox though.
I did?
The Mookie.
Trade Mookie and get rid of Price?
Yeah. So you've heard the trade.
You said that every week for the past 3 weeks.
I understand that, but they finally, the organization finally said, okay, they kind of came out and said, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get rid of Mookie, but Price is attached to it.
Okay.
That's the.
All right. I missed that official statement.
Yeah. I mean, it's an unofficial. I mean,
if you say it, it's official now.
Oh, okay, it's official. But they were talking about dealing Mookie, but you got to take Price. I mean, I think that's a lot of baggage. Not taking Mookie, I think that's great, but having to take Price and absorb that money for a guy that doesn't appear that he can pitch anymore. I don't know.
Well, I think they should do whatever they can to get rid of David Price.
Yeah.
I really do. Anything that they can. Pay 2/3 of his salary. Get him out of this team.
I agree.
Because now you bring in another manager that's not established. Right. David Price is going to be at his all-time worst.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really difficult for a new manager to establish themselves.
Right.
Get rid of David Price. I do think they need to get rid of Mookie, but I also thought they should have gotten rid of Mookie during the trade deadline last year, so they could actually get. They're not going to get anything for him now.
Yeah,
He's
right.
at $27 million. There's only a handful of teams that could pay that. If they package him with Price, that's even less than they're going to get.
That's what I was thinking.
So
maybe the Dodgers, but
yeah, but what are they going to get?
Yeah, I know.
A back end prospect.
Right. All right.
We're moving quickly here. So Celtics. I don't know what to make of your basketball team, but
my basketball team. Yeah.
I mean, they were horrific last week.
Oh yeah, I was there. So I went to the Pistons game. I'm thinking automatic win. It's Detroit. We get to the Garden, great seats, having a lot of fun, and they were awful. Awful. Absolutely. Yeah.
Completely unenjoyable to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they do the same thing against. They played Milwaukee. Then a couple nights later.
Yeah.
And
they'll play Milwaukee that next night.
All right.
So it was a back-to-back. So we didn't see. Jason Tatum didn't play the night against the Pistons. They were resting him because
that worked out well.
Because they were going to Milwaukee the following day, kind of back-to-back, and that did not work.
Well, and that was not a 5-point loss against Milwaukee.
No.
That was garbage time points at the end. They were down 35 at half or something like that. Yeah. Absolute garbage. So. About ready to say trade them all. And then last night, the Lakers come to town.
Yeah, and you're like, oh boy.
Arguably the second best team in the league.
Yeah, yeah.
And LeBron's playing.
Yep.
And they beat them by 32.
I know, you're thinking like, oh, they're going to get blown out. And they just crushed them. They crushed the Lakers.
So, again, I don't know what to make of your basketball team.
Yeah. Well, it shows you right there. The Celtics, they're exciting. But it shows you right there. The Celtics can play with the big boys. They can win. I guess they can win when they...
Did Anthony Davis play last night?
Play well.
I don't
know.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not watch I was at St. Anselm's.
Oh, that's right.
Watching hockey.
I don't know. I mean, I know he had hurt his back.
Yeah. But looking at that, I mean, not only did they win, like you said, they blew him out of the water.
Dunking in LeBron's face.
Yeah.
I mean just
unbelievable.
Really their will
Hayward, even through this junk they've gone through, Hayward's been playing well.
You think so?
I think he's been playing well. He's been playing better. I was so gung ho. I think maybe the last show, or whatever, that get rid of Hayward. And even at the Pistons game, I was saying that quite a bit. Get rid of Hayward. But he actually played well against the Pistons.
I'm not a full-time observer with the Celtics. I seldom watch a whole game. I'll watch a quarter and I'll
I'll bounce back and forth. Yeah.
I swear to God, every single time that I've turned into the Celtics, I see Hayward sitting there in the corner waiting for the ball to be passed to him so he can shoot a three.
Yeah.
I feel like his game has been relegated to that.
Yeah.
Doesn't try to get to the net. I think he's scared. He's coming off that second injury.
Mm-hmm. I think he's got and I agree with that. But I think with the past few games, he's actually gotten better. Okay. I got a chance to see in junk time Romeo Langford, and see him a little bit with the Red Claws, but he's not quite there yet either. There was no Taco on the bench.
Taco was not on the bench?
Taco wasn't there.
That's too bad.
But Romeo Langford was similar to what you just kind of described as Hayward, kind of waiting in the corner, waiting to shoot the three, but just not really involved. So I think he's got a little ways to go before he's up to NBA caliber.
Okay. Bruins is the same stuff that's going on with the Celtics.
And I watched one of the Pittsburgh games. They're up 3-1 the other night against the Penguins, and then ended up losing it 4-3.
Yeah.
It was just
but yet if they're down 3-0, they'll come back.
Oh yeah,
and then they'll make a game. So as exciting as you are, they can come back and they'll never die.
Yeah.
They never put a team away either. Not never. I mean, they do it sometimes because the talent's there, but
right.
I mean, they're pretty frustrating also.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what to make of them. They're losing to some of the bottom teams in the league.
Yeah, Columbus,
and they're beating some of the top teams in the league.
Yeah, they'll go out and beat the Capitals.
Right, and the same thing with the Celtics.
Yeah.
They lost to the Pistons the other night badly, and they come back and they beat the Lakers.
I know.
So
you scratch your head over that.
Oh, I don't. I really don't know what to make of our Boston teams.
No.
It's. I don't say it's frustrating, but it is frustrating.
It is.
Because the talent seems to be there because they do when they show up, they're really good.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams.
Yeah.
When they show up, they're really good.
Yeah.
They're just not showing up that often anymore.
I mean, I look at the Celtics and I think back to 2008. Now, they don't have as much talent as the 2008 team, the 2020 Celtics, but the 2008 Celtics, it was just kind of pretty much you figured a guaranteed win. With these Celtics, it should be
back to the 2008 team was on a mission though.
They were on a mission.
And they had somebody on that lineup that got them fired up and would just
Kevin Garnett,
and he would lay them out if they didn't put in 110% every night.
Yeah, so
on the defensive end of the floor and the offensive.
The 2020 Celtics have that person, but he's not doing it. Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart could be that rah-rah.
But he doesn't have the cachet that Kevin Garnett did at that point.
True.
And
but just getting back to the point I was trying to make is that the 2020 Celtics have the ability to go out and beat most teams every night, and they're not.
Okay.
They're dropping them to some of the worst teams in the league.
On the subject of basketball, there was a really sad story over the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Delonte West, a former Celtic.
Yep.
Some mental health issues.
Yeah.
And there was rumors that he was living underneath a freeway in Dallas.
Okay.
And I think people were like, "Oh, that can't be right. That can't be right." Well, video showed up this weekend of him getting the crap beat out of him.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, like violently.
Yeah.
The fight was violent, and then him on the curb, just bloodied out, ripped clothing, and just screaming that somebody really needed help.
Yeah.
Really needed help. And so then I got to thinking of, I started thinking about other athletes that have fallen from grace. Mm-hmm. And, to mention a few names, obviously Delonte is one of them, but I started watching the Aaron Hernandez.
I watched it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of episode 2.
Okay. There's only 3 episodes.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's riveting.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely riveting.
Yeah.
But to see it, you talk about a guy that had 2 personalities.
Yeah.
And in denial of that he would ever get caught at anything.
Right. Just doing his thing, breaking law, and then the next day he's at the practice facility.
Right.
Like nothing happened.
Rents the car, kills Odin Lloyd, leaves the bullet casings in the car that he rented.
Yeah. Yeah. Back at the rental agency. I know.
Walking through the house with the gun. I mean, it's just somebody who really thought that he was beyond getting caught.
And putting the security system in his house that ended up getting him convicted. Yeah. That was the...
But he deleted some of the video, but he didn't delete the video of him walking through the house that night with the gun.
With the weapon, yeah.
It's insane. So Aaron Hernandez, Ray Caruth, I don't know if you remember that one.
Yep. First round of the 1997 Panthers,
wide
receiver. He went 18 years in prison.
Yeah, and he's out.
Yep.
He got out. But he's somebody else who shot his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Maurice Claret, we had talked about.
We had, yeah.
Him. I could see you put a little bit more information
I
on
just
them.
put there, yeah.
O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Probably the most famous one.
I was going to say, yeah, O.J.
You know, and O.J. was not convicted of that crime.
No. No.
I think it would be irresponsible for us to say he got away with it.
He definitely got away with it. What was the book that he wrote? If I Had Done It or something?
I Had Done It.
Whatever, yeah.
He did serve 10 years in jail for...
Because they had, what, O.J. Simpson memorabilia, right?
Were stolen
and
from
he
him.
He stole it back from...
Armed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was armed, and so they got him in Vegas.
Yep.
Michael Vick.
Yeah, with the whole dog,
the dogs,
fighting.
He served some time, but he came back from it. I mean, all of these guys, haven't come back from it. I mean,
O.J.'s
Michael
out
Vick
now. But
came back. He played again. Something real quick, and I know we're running out of time. On Michael Vick, I was just reading today that he paid back. He had owed $18 million in fines and this, that, and the other thing. He paid every bit of it back.
Wow.
Changing his life, and I know that we can't relate to this, but he put himself on a $300,000 a year budget.
Okay.
And that's how he lived his life, and then everything else he made, he paid back.
He
made everybody whole and who he had to deal with.
Wow.
Which most of these guys would just claim bankruptcy and move on.
Of course.
Speaking of bankruptcy, the financial bust category.
Oh, man.
The one that always leads the list is Antoine Walker. Yeah. He made $110 million in his career.
Yeah.
$110 million.
I kind of want to, he always did the wiggle. There it is. I love that. Yeah.
Lenny Dykstra.
Oh, man. Yeah.
What a great baseball player.
Yeah.
Fun to watch. The chew in the side of his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Another one of bankruptcy. Terrell Owens. I didn't even know about Terrell Owens.
T.O., huh? No
child
kidding.
support.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
He owed over $800,000 in child support at one point.
Wow. But still, even with $800,000, with the money he was making.
Yeah, well.
A lot of mismanagement there.
Allen Iverson.
Oh. And I mean, Allen Iverson was at the top of his game.
And I think somebody like Iverson is that, and I had watched a special on him a few years ago. Mm-hmm. Allen was not supporting himself. He was supporting about 30 people.
Yeah.
He had that posse that he went around with.
Right.
And he was
taking care of everyone else.
Taking care of everybody was getting, $1,000 a week in pay.
Yeah.
And that adds up.
Yeah.
My posse does not get $1,000 a week.
They'd be getting about a nickel from me. That's all I get.
That's about it.
And then at some point we'll talk about, but you just brought up the whole money and giving money out, but the OBJ, the old Odell Beckham Jr. with the national championship.
We didn't even talk about the national championship game, did we?
We didn't talk about it. No.
We didn't even talk about the NFL picks and stuff.
Oh my gosh, we're out of time.
We got
to make it quick. We're going to overtime. Let's do.
All right, so we were both 1-1 because we picked the same teams.
Yeah.
San Francisco over Green Bay, Kansas City over Tennessee.
Okay.
We had picked Tennessee.
Yep.
So it's going to be San Francisco and Kansas City. We don't have to make a pick because we're going to have another show before.
All right, that sounds good.
So
you already know what my pick is, but we'll make it next time.
My pick might not be that.
Okay.
So it might be our Super Bowl.
So this is all. This is.
It could be.
I haven't for everything. So all of the regular season and playoffs, it all comes down to the Super Bowl to crown the champion. It's either the Mike
because
or the Hoss.
I won the playoff version. You won
and
the regular.
I won the regular. So it's all down to this.
So if we pick the same thing, then we get a tie.
Well, no, maybe we'll do points.
Oh, okay.
Or something.
All right.
Okay.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Do you have anything else, Charlie?
Nope.
All right, so thank you again to our sponsors, Morrissey's Front Porch,
Downtown Grill and Cafe,
and Skelly's Market. We'll see you next week.
Go Knights.
Go Knights.